the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The action tonight out at the Palace of Auburn Hills as the Detroit Pistons play against the New York Knicks. Checking out New York, playing above 500 in the last few weeks. Not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Well, we're just getting started with the Stan Van Gundy rebuild in Detroit. He's got full control and will start to build the roster to his liking. Shaq, you played for him for a while. How do you see him shaking things up in Detroit?
You know, he's a pretty good X&O man, very focused guy. So he's going to focus on players who can hit the three and spread the floor on offense. He'll also look to get players who are solid defensively. I just hope they can keep up with the, come on, get back on defense. What are you doing?
Oh, that's Van Gundy. I thought he was in the building, man. You're a great imitator of people, man. But, you know, he had a lot of success with one big man down in Orlando with that spread offense.
Don't you say it.
Okay, with Dwight Howard, not Superman, but the ingredients are there for Detroit. And they, you know, drafted the young kid, Stanley Johnson, so we'll see what happens.
That is all the time we have right now. But we will be back later, I promise.
Come on, Ernie.
We are live from the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. And the Knicks looking for a positive start here on their road trip. And folks, bad news, Carmelo Anthony will not be in the lineup. Clark is out with an injury.
Well, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of his injury. We only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of their previous game, but now they sound sure about it. Hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against Brooklyn.
I think everyone who saw that game would just have to agree it was about what they could do defensively in terms of winning.
And I thought the activity was tremendous, all over the court defensively. And that kind of hustle is going to pay off for you, and it also is going to keep your coach happy.
On the court for the Knicks, Freak, he's in at point guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Porzingis. Then there's Lance Thomas, and it's Afflalo in at the 2 spot.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got his first basket.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And Drummond kicks to Jennings. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Pistons. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Aaron Afflalo. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Drummond a screen. Jackson has the open look. They get it back. Goes back up. And it's Drummond with a sensational play. Drummond's got 6.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Ilyasova. And then for New York, Biyombo, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Williams in for Lance Thomas. And he gets it to go.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Jackson with it. His last outing, he had 18 points. Mozgov wide open. He fires. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Stan Van Gundy.
And Kevin, I asked him what he thought would be a key factor for them coming into this game. And he said, well, our length and shot blocking should help. It gives offenses something to think about when they come inside the lane. And oftentimes, that tentativeness can be a game changer. Guys, every team in the league wants that interior presence, and he just explained one big reason why.
Thanks, Doris. And as Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Absolutely. And if that's the strategy, they've got to be full of energy, full intensity right off the bat.
And that's a real pillar to any successful defense when you talk about intensity. I mean, you can't go half-heartedly or halfway.
Now, Freak. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Off on the layup.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Pistons have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. David Lee checked in for Drummond, and it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope. He's off on the second. Knicks trail by 5. Here's Freak. Traps in the tray. And here's Jackson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Lee. And it's Freak with the rebound. For New York, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. The drive by Jackson. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And the Pistons lead by 4.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
You know, guys.